Today we're going to be talking about the layers that I bring while I'm hiking and backpacking. But before we get into that, my name is Jason, this is Huck Outdoors. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so that way you get notified of any new videos I got coming out. And let's get to these layers that I bring out on every trip. So one thing we're not going to talk about today are my pants and my shirt. Those change from trip to trip. Some days I wear these Mountain Hardwear pants, sometimes they're Prana Stretch Zion, sometimes they're Columbia pant. Say for my shirts, they vary from like one of the fishing shirts made by Columbia. Sometimes they're the shade shirts. So those vary from trip to trip, but my layers don't. So let's get into those layers. The first layer we're going to talk about here are my fleece pants. I bring these, I usually sleep in them. I don't hike in them. They're usually too hot for that. I get too sweaty, but these are just some fleece pants, some of the microgrid fleece. I believe they're made by St. John's. Very warm. They're a little bit heavier weight, but I want to stay warm when I'm sleeping at night. And then my base layer top here is a Smart Wool, the 250 Merino wool. Just recently got this thing and I upgraded to this. I love it. This thing is super warm. Before I was using one of the budget gear, and that's okay if you're in the budget gear. Nothing wrong with that. I used to use one of the 32 degrees base layers that you can find at either on Amazon, Costco, sometimes at Sam's Club as well. And they aren't as thick as this, and they do keep me warm for the most part, but if it gets any type of cold down to the 30s, I usually have to have another layer. This eliminates that. Once again, this is the Smart Wool Merino wool 250. Very warm. Started using this in Sedona. Stayed warm. Actually, I could wear this all the time. It's just that comfortable of a base layer shirt to wear. Well, the next layer I'm going to talk about is what goes over my shirt. So right now you can see underneath, got myself just a hiking shirt made by Columbia, one of their fishing shirts. And I've got my Melly on, Melizana. So that's what I usually bring. I've actually got two. This is my other one. This one here is green, but they are hard to come by. I was lucky enough to win the lottery. So that's the fleece I use, and I just throw that on over the top of the shirt I'm wearing, and I can take it off easy. Keeps you warm. It's that microgrid material. Can't remember how much these weigh. They're real lightweight. But man, they are comfortable. It's got a nice hood as well. I can pull over. If I need to cinch it down, I can do that, like so. A very warm fleece. Some people like the Patagonia. Was it the R1 or F1, something like that? That's a good fleece. Some people prefer the Columbia fleeces. Or sometimes they just prefer some other type of fleece, not microgrid, but one of those other high loft fleeces to throw over. But that's what I use with my layering system. I put on this fleece here, put it just right on over my shirt. The next piece of gear I use for my layering system is my Ghost Whisperer jacket. It's made by Mountain Hardwear. I'll put that over my fleece if I need to stay a little bit warmer. This thing, where these weigh like 9 ounces or something like that. Super lightweight, a little bit on the pricey side, but give you a little bit of a little secret here. If you got a Columbia outlet nearby, sometimes you can pick these up, or the outlet version, very cheap. They used to be called a Metatherm, now they're called a Lake Warren jacket. Otherwise, you can find these online quite a bit at quite a few places, and that's a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer jacket. The last part of my layering system is going to be my rain/wind jacket. This is also made by Columbia. It's one of their PFG jackets, part of their Omnitech line. It's got the weatherproof zippers, but this will keep me dry in the rain, like a light rain or mist, and in the wind, I just throw this layer on it like a rain jacket, wind jacket, and it's gonna block that wind coming through and getting me cold. So that's it, the last piece of my layering system. That is my wind/rain jacket made by Columbia. Once again with a PFG jackets. That's gonna be it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you can, leave a comment below on what your layering system is. Or if you got any comments or any questions on the gear I use, leave them in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll put links below to everything for what I can, so you can find out where you can buy it or where you can just look for it, check out the specs. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of new videos I got coming out. Until the next one, thanks for having me.